Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting. It is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order. As I normally do, we're going to have our Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, but today we have a special guest in the audience. I have Gabe Schlenker from Boy Scout Troop 147, who is here working on his merit badge, and he's going to come all the way up here, and he's going to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance and our moment of silence.
Good job.
Thanks, Gabe. Come on up. Our moment of silence tonight is for, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So let's keep the individuals and families affected by this disease in our thoughts. Get us started.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Gabe. Great job. As we get started, we have a special presentation, but first I just want to remind everybody there's two opportunities for public comment this evening. The first opportunity is limited to agenda items only, and if you'd like to speak on an agenda item, please sign up in the back of the room next to Lisa. The second opportunity is at the end of the meeting, which is an open comment period, and if you'd like to speak then, please sign up in the back of the room, and I'll recognize you at that time. So first, our special presentation is we're required to annually get a report from the township engineer on our municipal separate storm sewer system stuff. Well, that's a lot to say. MS4 for short. And so I'll turn it over to Amanda.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to give a brief update on the MS4 program and the annual and ongoing obligations that the township has under this program. So first I'll explain what the program is, and I'll go through a few of the acronyms. So as you just mentioned, MS4 is the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System. So that's all of our inlets and piping throughout the township related to stormwater management. We are regulated by an NPDES permit, and there you'll see it's the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. And this is part of a federally mandated permit program enforced by the EPA, but then administered by the Pennsylvania DEP. The overall goal for the program is to recognize and increase awareness for stormwater as a point source pollutant to our waterways. So in our case, that's in Neshaminy Creek, which ultimately drains to the Delaware River. There are annual requirements that we must meet as a township, and one of them being public education, which is why I'm speaking tonight. All right, so the township certainly has obligations, but what can residents do to help keep the waterways clean? So I have some bullet points listed about car care, yard care, snow, and miscellaneous, and that includes somewhat common sense things about keeping hazardous materials and fertilizer and chemicals out of our inlet systems. So some signs of pollution we can check in our basins and waterways throughout the township. Look for discolored or muddy water, sheens, odors, garbage or debris, dead fish, green water, and excessive aquatic plant growth. All right, so aside from our annual reporting to DEP, we must also prepare and implement a pollution reduction plan. So the goal of the pollution reduction plan is to reduce the sediment load by 10% to the Neshaminy Creek over a 5-year permit term. So what does that mean for us? It means the township does have to implement some sort of construction stormwater project. Could be a rain garden, basin retrofits, stream restoration. You see the list there. We've opted to retrofit several basins throughout the township. The township does own 85 basins, and they maintain them. So we are retrofitting basins that were constructed in the 80s, 90s, 2000s into today's standards to naturalize them. They actually have less maintenance. Once they're naturalized, then currently, which, they're all pretty much mowed at this point. So we have constructed retrofits for the Eagle Valley Basin, which is off of Jennifer Lane, and the Northampton Crossing Basin, which was just completed, and that is at the corner of Holland and Upper Holland Road. We also submitted 2 grant applications for the basins listed below, and we're in the design phase now for a basin that is located in between Hatboro Road and Orthodox Drive. Overall, we will need to complete 8 to 10 basin retrofits. So what are our next steps? We're going to continue to apply for grant funding for basin retrofit projects. We've been pretty successful in the past with obtaining grant funding. Everything we've completed so far has been funded by grants. We'll continue compliance with our annual MS4 requirements, and we will monitor the requirements for the next permit cycle. We've seen draft permit information that's come out at this point. It will go into effect, we were hearing, next October, so we will keep the township apprised of that information. If any resident or anyone's looking for additional information, you can go on the township website listed there, click on information, and then stormwater management. It'll give you a whole bunch of information and links to other resources. So if anyone has any questions, I know it's an amazingly interesting topic.
Oh, it is important. Does that board have any questions?
No.
I think that's a nice presentation. I think we'll put that up on our website. If we can
Perfect.
get that over.
Great.
Mr. Wirt said he'll
Thank you.
take care of
All right.
getting that up, so if anybody wants to reference it later, there's some good stuff in there, especially around the car care. The days of, draining your oil out in the street are long gone.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment for agenda items? Okay, we'll move on to consent items. First on is approval of the minutes. Paula?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, if there are no objections, I request that the minutes of May 28 be approved by unanimous consent.
Any questions? Thanks. Accounts payable, Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for June 11th, 2025. Total all funds, $1,481,094.73. I also have the bills list for June 25th, 2025. Total all funds, $679,676.74.
Thank you, Kim. And I have one piece of business. We need to authorize a Resolution 25-1D for a planning module, for the Bucks County Roses subdivision project. In order for them to move forward, we have to authorize that they can make submission to the DEP. So that is in the consent items today as well. Do I have a motion to accept the consent items as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Does anybody have any questions on any of them?
No.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving down to new business, bids for gasoline, diesel fuel, and heating oil, and propane. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of the Bucks County Consortium, Northampton Township advertised in the Bucks County Courier-Times for bids to purchase unleaded regular gasoline and ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel for the contract period August 1, 2025 to July 31, 2026. If I may make a motion?
Please.
I move to award a contract to Pilot Thomas Logistics in Grapevine, Texas, for unleaded regular gasoline and ultra-low sulfur diesel, 5,999 gallons or fewer, and award a contract to Petroleum Trader Corporation, Fort Wayne, Indiana, for unleaded regular gasoline and ultra-low sulfur diesel, greater than 6,000 gallons, for the contract period August 1, 2025 to July 31, 2026, at the bid prices quoted to the Bucks County Consortium.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second that.
Any further discussion?
None.
Paula? Kim? None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is reports. We'll start with Kim.
Yes, from Parks and Rec. We have our preschool graduation. 40 kids graduated. Congrats to Mrs. Kathy Bracken on 30 years of teaching and her retirement. And we had our Sun and Fun Fest. 2,000-plus people attended, enjoyed food trucks, vendors, music, and community spirit. Thanks to all the Parks and Rec, Public Works, Police, and Fire Department staff who made it happen. It was such a fun night. Everybody had a great time. Facility upgrades. This is very exciting. Tomorrow night, the new basketball and pickleball courts and a refreshed hockey rink are now open in Municipal Park. Don't miss the ceremonial ribbon cutting on Thursday, June 26th at 6:30. Yes, that's tomorrow night, just before the Funds of Love concert. Come and celebrate and play with us. We have been waiting a long time for this, and we are very excited. Coming soon, summer camps. Nearly 500 kids will be participating in various summer camps this summer, supervised by 90 enthusiastic staff members. We also have a New Hope trip. Join us July 17th for lunch and Leader of the Pack. A few spots are left. Join us at the stage in the Municipal Park every Thursday night at 7 o'clock for this year's summer concert series. Now, if you haven't been to one of our concert series, it is so much fun. The music is great, the crowds are great. Bring a chair, and you'll have a great time. Reminders, preschool spots for 2025-26 are filling up. Now hiring preschool teachers. Discount tickets are available at all NTPR locations. For more information, northamptonrec.com. And the Senior Center. Bocce League has begun. We have 24 teams in 2 divisions registered for the season. Winners of each division will play in our Super Roll Championship. Get it? Super Roll. The winning team will earn bragging rights to the new in-house Senior Center League trophy and celebrate with a pizza party. We have Master Gardener Terry Fulgenetti from the Bucks County Master Gardener Speaks Group will be at the center on July 17th to teach a one-day class on growing great dahlias. Time to be determined. The AARP Safe Driver course will be offered at the center Friday, August 15th, 22nd, and 29th from 10 to 3. This is a great opportunity to refresh driving skills and save money on your insurance. Register right at the Senior Center. Have you purchased your Senior Center lottery tickets? The next lottery number drawing is on Tuesday, July 8th. Tickets are $10, and you purchase them at the Senior Center at the front desk. And that's all I have. And I just want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July.
Thanks, Kim. It's very good.
Thanks, Kim. Paula?
Okay, good. I'll start with my library board. We have the strategic plan is ongoing right now, and it is an exciting time for all new things happening. The OPN is the name of the architect firm. The representatives are going to make their 3rd and final on-site visit to our library on Wednesday, July 9, and we're expecting to review the final concept report, including the interior, exterior, and schematic drawings, and the initial cost estimates of their work. In addition, the new library website design is cruising along. The website committee and staff are continuing to work with the consultant, and we anticipate to go live, have a date at the end of August, early September. The library is expecting to celebrate with the community, launching the new branding, the new logo, and the new website at the end of the summer. Speaking of the summer, the library kicked off an amazing opening to the Summer Quest 2025. That's the summer reading program. Tim Gibson, a Bucks County artist, was brought in to create a new wall mural, which was painted mostly by children of our township at the annual kickoff event this past Saturday. Reed is assisted by helping to provide water ice, and Travelin' Tom's coffee truck was on hand to help out and alleviate our visitors' thirst. The magician Conrad Cologne will be making his free Library of Northampton Township debut. Bring your families for a fun time on Tuesday night, July 1st, beginning at 6:30 to watch him. Okay, that's it for the library. I did want to mention that we had our next event for the Veterans Advisory Commission is the wreath laying ceremony, and that's in December, December 6th to be precise. We're going to have, guest speakers, hopefully a Marine, and we're excited about that. We're hoping we can get a drone to oversee the laying of the wreaths in the cemetery. But everything is good with the back. We have one opening for our board, one vacancy. So if anyone wants to send the invitation and direct them to Lisa at North Township, Northampton Township. Okay, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Paula. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is time for my, as promised, monthly so-called PFAS update. I have no updates this month, although I'll note there was a lot of information provided in both the April and May meetings, so if anybody missed that, please feel free to find the links on the website and go back and see that information. You can also go to the websites. With that, I will just say have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Thank you. Forgot to mention at the beginning, Mr. Moore sends his apologies. He couldn't be here this evening, so no report from Barry. And for me, I just wanted to just take a second to recognize we had a pretty bad storm come through here last week. It caused a lot of havoc in Northampton Township. From the board, and I think I can speak for all of us, I just want to thank our police department, our fire department, our emergency medical services, the public works. Everybody was out, and I think they're still working on cleaning up from the storm today, so it's almost a week tomorrow. We had thousands of people out of power. There were many, many roads closed. It really hit us hard. Having said that, I just want to remind everyone to take a few minutes to prepare what you would do if your power was going to be out for a long period of time, and think about your family members and your neighbors and friends who may need additional help during those periods. And what I'm thinking about are some of our seniors who may not be able to tolerate a long time without air conditioning, for example, or someone who's on oxygen that needs a constant flow of electricity. The time to react is not when it happens. You should plan before that. So if you know anybody like that needs that kind of assistance, maybe reach out to them, talk to them a little bit, and maybe help them plan where they might want to go or how they can get a battery backup or a generator for their house, those things. We get inundated with calls, and obviously the township just cannot handle that many calls at one time. But it was a pretty tough storm. The other thing is keep an eye on Facebook. The police department, the Tri-Hampton Rescue Squad, and the fire department all post things that are happening. For example, the fire department put garden hoses out for anybody that needed water if they had a well and their power was out. So that was an opportunity to go get some water. That's all I really have for that, and I'll go to the manager.
Nothing to report this evening. I'm happy to be back.
Thank you. Welcome back.
I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Assistant Manager, Bill?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Solicitor's report, Joe?
Yes, thank you. Just one item. The minutes of this meeting should reflect that the Board of Supervisors met in executive session for approximately 30 minutes immediately prior to this evening's meeting. Present for the executive session were the 4 members of the Board of Supervisors, the Township Manager, the Assistant Township Manager, the Township Engineer, and me. 3 matters of pending litigation were discussed. No official action was taken during the executive session in regard to any of them, and no official action was required at this evening's meeting as a result of that executive session. Other than that, wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
Safe.
Thanks, Joe.
Safe and happy.
Amanda?
No additional report tonight, but again, I'll echo everyone else. Have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Thank you. Are there any comments tonight? Well, hearing none, happy Independence Day, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Stay cool, and we'll see you next month. The meeting's adjourned.